Oh, Tyler doesn't
I love how your
play.
eyebrow just went up. You're
Yeah,
like, did he do anything with you?
He almost knocked me, well, he did knock me unconscious.
What's up, guys? Nikki Novak here in the Young Hollywood studio with Brian White.
Hey.
Hey, B-Dot.
See, now I've got a hip nickname.
We were talking nicknames before we started rolling, and apparently I don't even know my own.
Yeah, Toronto is T-Dot. If you don't know, you are not in the know, so get with the slang.
And then I said something about being cool and hip, and you said they're two different things.
Yeah.
How are they two different things?
Well, see, cool is internal, I think. You know, people don't put on airs to be cool, they just are cool. Hip is being up with pop events, up with pop culture. Two completely different things. You can be kind of square and still be really cool. You know, you're not hip on the language, you're not hip on the fashion, but you're still a cool individual.
So you're from Boston, B-Dot?
I am.
What's the name for?
Beantown.
Oh, Beantown,
That's
right.
what we grew up calling it, Beantown.
And you used to be a New England Patriot.
Yeah, we're a sports family. Dad is a Celtic, Boston Celtic, and then I have some traders in the family. Chris Chambliss is a cousin, a Yankee, and Devon White, an Expo. So, you know, shake that off. But it's an
Is there
athletic
a team that your family hasn't covered, or are you good? Are you?
Yeah, you know, I think we're good. My sisters are the best athletes in the family, but
Really?
yeah,
What do they
they're
play?
all soccer, lacrosse, volleyball,
That's
basketball.
Canada's team, lacrosse. There you go.
Yeah, lacrosse is my sport. I played for the Blazers, been all over Canada.
So how did the transition go from? Because I heard something about you retired from the NFL, and then suddenly you found yourself like going. You're an Ivy leaguer, and you had no.
Well, that's my parents. My dad's,
Yeah.
you know, he's a 3-time or 7-time NBA All-Star, 3-time champion, and basically having an athlete as a father, he impressed upon me. School.
Right.
And my mom really put her foot in my butt saying school was the way. Red Auerbach was a big, strong influence in my life, the founder of the Boston Celtics. And he said, if you're good at sports, we'll find you anywhere. But if you don't cultivate your brain, you're screwed later. And that was the #1 message that I got fed all my life. So I went to Dartmouth, I played football and lacrosse, and I got drafted. I got to play for the Patriots, I got to play for the Blazers. 2 seasons, lived the dream. The average career is 2 years, and then got hurt, and then had to fall back on that degree. I was at home on my mom's couch crying to myself, well, feeling sorry for myself. She came in there and put on her combat boot and kicked me right in my butt and said, that's why you went to school, son.
Right.
And the real motivation for Wall Street, which is the in-between between there and between sports and Hollywood, was I had a 450 credit score and no money. So I had to regroup and fill in the areas that I was weak, and I was weak with financial literacy even though I was educated. So did that, made some connections, learned how to raise money, learned how Wall Street works, and came out here actually to go to the Raiders in 2000 or to try. And a casting director walked up to me and said, hey, you're right for a part that we're going to be auditioning tomorrow. I said, you're full of it. My agent, who I was having dinner with, was, wait a minute, shut up. Looked at the card, said, this looks legit, you should try it out. And
you booked the job, didn't you?
Moesha, Brandy's show.
You've played the bad guy in a lot of Tyler Perry movies before.
Yeah.
You're a good guy in Good Deeds.
Yeah.
It's about me living for the first time in my life.
I'm so proud of you.
The patriarch of the family passes away, the company changes hands to the eldest son, and it wasn't always his dream. And the introduction of Tandy's character begs the question, you know, what's the right way to go in life? Should you listen to that voice on the inside, or do you need to measure up to somebody else's standard?
And so you play his brother?
I play his younger brother who actually did always want to be dad.
Right.
And when people go through dramatic events in their life, I remember this note that Tyler gave me. There's 2 ways that they can react. They can overachieve, like his character, or they can self-destruct. And so we're like opposite sides of the same coin, and in this character exploration. And it's a wonderfully delicious and full role, and you get Felicia Rashad and Tandy and Gabby thrown into the mix, and it's such a blessing to be involved.
So Gabrielle was just telling me that he filled her water glass. There was something she was supposed to be drinking water one day, and he filled her glass with vodka.
Oh, Tyler doesn't
I love how your
play.
eyebrow just went up. You're
Yeah,
like, did he do anything with you?
He almost knocked me, well, he did knock me unconscious.
How?
We don't use stunt doubles for anything we've ever done, so the fight scenes are real. Tyler's 300 pound, 6'6" guy, you know, he's a defensive end.
Is he doing that on purpose?
No, he was wearing
beat
socks. He was wearing socks, and we were on the elevator scene, and we did it all in one take. And, you know, I told him, we didn't have a stunt coordinator on set that day, and I said to Tyler, let's try not to do this too many times. And he said, we'll do it in pieces. I said, no, let's just do it. And he goes, well, what do you mean? And you see the elevator open, I pushed him against the wall, and then I tried to pick him up, and we fell, and he put his full body weight on my head, and I had a grapefruit-size concussion, but we just shot the rest of the day, and those were the best takes, I think, because I don't remember much of it.
You were doing a lot of improvising that day. You're like, I don't know what my lines are, but I'm just going to go with it. I feel really
Tyler
good.
goes with what works, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things about him is he's a prolific producer because he knows what he wants. So he's able to shoot what takes most people 40 days to shoot in like 20 days.
Right. He's very specific.
Yeah, but he doesn't sacrifice takes. It's not like he doesn't give you room to do what you need to do and to experiment, and that's part of his genius.